Go ahead and tell me about her face and the way she looks.
How would you describe her face? I mean, of course, I see it and see pure beauty. That doesn't help you, though, with your with your assignment. No, I really am very much in love with her, and it's
I can tell.
Marcia is a remarkable woman in a very quiet way. She has a wonderful respect for people around her. She's a great friend. She and I laugh together, and there have been times when we cried together.
How long have you been married?
Been married for 53 years.
Oh.
Let me see, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 63 years, 53 years.
53 years.
Yeah.
And tell me about her eyes. How do they look?
Gently knowing. Yeah, gently knowing, understanding.
Are they big, small, average size?
Certainly not small. I never thought about them being big, but maybe they are just a little tiny bit big.
And if you had to say one thing that stands out about your wife's face, but the way she looks the most, what would you say that thing is?
Gentle and strong.
Can I ask how you and Marcia met?
I was in the Navy, and my roommate, they had arranged for a blind date for me with someone else, an English woman, but happily she came down with mumps or measles or some great disease. So I didn't have the fortune of meeting her, but someone else had to pitch in, and the next door neighbor was Marcia. Now, this was more than a trivial ascent, because she was a Quaker and I was a naval officer. And you know how they feel about war and all that sort of stuff. Well, she graciously accepted, and after dinner at the other house, we went upstairs to dance. And my version is that she tripped me so that I had to clasp her to my chest, you know. And in that moment, I knew something was happening. So, white hair and maybe sort of a pleasantly round face. Her eyebrows are, I think, gray.
And how about her mouth? Can you describe her mouth?
Yeah, her mouth is maybe cracked just a little bit, as if she was going into a smile of some sort, you know. Teeth, lots of teeth. I mean...
Okay. And what is it about that chin that reminds you of your wife?
It reminds me that she is, beautiful without anything that draws a lot of attention to her chin.
So it kind of has that shape?
Yeah.
And does she have this little divot under her lip?
No. People tell us that we are aging more slowly than most people. And I just say that it's clean living and pure thinking, and everybody laughs, sure. No, I think part of it is this business of knowing that it's in your enlightened self-interest to have somebody learn that she or he is a strong person standing on his own feet too.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'm gonna hold it up, and you tell me things look good, things look bad, and we'll make adjustments according to what you want. Okay?
It's quite a drawing, yeah. As I said, whenever she's talking to you or looking at you, she's smiling.
Do you like it that she's kind of smiling a little bit there? Or?
Maybe a little more of a smile and maybe a smaller chin.
Let me just do that real quick. She's 74, right? She's 74?
74, yeah.
There's no skin sagging anywhere or anything like that?
No.
Well, she's got to have some wrinkles though, some places.
Yeah.
She's 74 years old, right?
Maybe on the side there. Yeah, you're making her look much older.
Much older. So that's not good there.
No, that's fine. Fine. I probably wouldn't recognize her right away at all.
As much.
It needs a broader smile on the face.
Broader smile. We're not used to making our drawings smile.
Yeah, I was just thinking something along those lines.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna stop.
My name is Dimitra.
Hi, nice to meet you, Dimitra.
I'm about 28 years old and I'm living in New York for the past 5 years with my sister. And we came here to do our master's in architecture, and we are living since then in the city and working here in an architectural firm.
You said you have a sister?
Yes, I have a twin sister and her name is Irini.
Rini?
Irini.
Irini, okay.
We have always been very extremely close to each other. Mostly we have been separated for like 14 days or so. This is the maximum amount of time that we have been apart. She's an artist as well.
We were living in a small town in Greece that's called Patras. And in 2008 we graduated, and since then we're living in the same house and working very close to each other.
It's interesting because we have some sort of shared memories, like mixed memories. I mean, I remember things that I think had happened to me, but no, it was my sister's. Like when we were young, she fell down and she has some mark on her knee, and I always thought that I had it.
The characters are different, and in a sense we are complementary, which is very nice, and that's why we have such a good relationship, I feel. And we look very, very similar body types, all same colors.
She has a very bright and happy face. Should we, I mean, is it about the details of how the...
well proportioned. It has brown tones, like brown eyes, brown black.
The nose is different and the eyes are a little different. The shape of the face is different. But the mouth or the smile, I would say, is what is mostly similar.
No, the forehead is always visible. The forehead is visible and it's big, I would say, in relation to the rest of the face. Okay. It's distinctive.
Here, Here's A14. So you picked this one out for here?
Yes, maybe, yes, mainly here. It's something between this image and the other one that I showed.
Okay, profile.
Yes. A little more free than that, but yes.
And because she puts her hair back, you can always see the forehead.
Okay, so she pulls the hair back,
Yeah.
but she has a part to one side.
She puts them to the side, so there is, yeah, it's kind of free. The hair is all over the place.
I think that's enough for now, I guess.
Right, so you tell me the things that look right about this, the things that don't look right, and what needs to be changed, okay? All right, and then we'll go from there. Now remember, it's not fully shaded in, but we're just looking at the proportions, okay?
It's funny.
Okay. The eyes are
Okay, so the face is
far.
very, very long.
okay. Her.
It should
How can I
be
describe?
a lot.
Okay, the upper
That's
part of
funny.
the face is thinner. Where the eyes are,
Okay,
it's thinner.
forehead I think looks okay. The size of the forehead.
The forehead's that big,
I think it looks right.
Okay.
But the chin
okay?
and the nose, it looks kind of okay.
Yeah,
Maybe the
draw
mouth
lightly.
is
Very, very lightly, I can maybe do. Yeah,
Okay.
it's thinner here. Where the ear is, basically, it goes more
I mean,
straight.
yeah, the lips should be a little thicker. If you scale up the
nose
whole
is
mouth,
a
it
little
would.
bit thinner. It's
It's,
not
Okay.
you know what I mean?
hard for some.
And
I think, okay, if you just make the face a little bit thinner at the area where the
nose
ear
is,
and the eyes
it's not
are,
as wide.
and then
Okay, so,
the
all right.
eyebrows are thicker, and I
the
would
nose
thicken
and
them to the
it's
upper,
thinner where
the-
where it meets the
to the
eyes.
top part, you know?
Let me make those adjustments real quick.
All right.
Do you see here?
So just come down more straight.
And the nose, I mean, this distance here, that something here doesn't. This maybe it's this length, something that doesn't look right. That's why I'm thinking maybe the whole, maybe. Wow, it's this is definitely wow. It's so hard to tell. Higher up, the proportions will change. It's just maybe even bigger. This is definitely wow. It's so hard to tell.
Nice.
It's probably even thinner here, and maybe the
Thinner there? So is it okay?
yeah, I would say it's pretty close.
If you saw a picture of me as a child and you saw a picture of me now, you would know that it's me. The only real difference would be the eyes. I would definitely be more...
So the concept of Dennis that you have in your mind is of you now.
Yeah, if I picture me creating an image of myself now, since I haven't seen myself now, I would conjure up a very broad, lacking of specific detail image of me now.
Okay. Well, so that's what we're going to do. I want you to describe to me what you think you look like now. So go ahead and describe your face for me.
Where do I begin? Well, the color would be brown, not dark, but not light brown, just in the middle. I'm not even sure how to say the shape of my face. I don't think oval would be an accurate description. It's probably a slim looking face that's kind of in the middle of oval and round.
Do you feel like your head is like bigger at the top and smaller at the bottom? Or?
I can definitely see where it would be slightly bigger at the top than by the chin.
Yeah, it's good. There's no right and wrong answers here, so feel free to use whatever adjectives you want. But you're doing good. Keep going.
Okay. I have naturally wavy hair, naturally wavy, short black hair. I don't know how to describe my ears. To me, they're just normal, so I don't know how to describe them.
How about your mouth? Can you describe your mouth?
To me, it's regular. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about it.
It's regular because it's your mouth.
Yeah, and I'm not really well versed in how to describe features like that.
And how do you feel about the shape of your eyes? Are they more like, would you say they're more round or almond or?
My eyes would be the feature that would stick out the most. The left eye is a little larger than the right one. And the left eye comes out more than the right one. I can see how they can be almond. I don't think they're round, so, you know.
And one has a bluish tint, right?
Yes, kind of have a bluish.
So is it harder to see the pupil in the eye?
Yeah.
Tell me about your sight and what happened earlier in your life.
I was born blind out of one eye, and it's called congenital glaucoma, and that's the left eye. And as a result of that, the left eye looks unusual, I guess. So that's been an interesting area of controversy in my life. I was born like that, and I was able to see out of my right eye until I was 11 years old, and then I went blind in my right eye due to something called the detached retina, and been totally blind ever since.
How do you see things in your mind? Do you conjure images, or is there one sense that has become dominant now that you've lost your sight, or how do you feel like you take in information or formulate pictures in your mind?
As far as taking in information, the ears, is the closest thing to replacing sight. I mean, it's amazing what it can do. Also, other things, touch. You can feel everything, and when I say touch, I don't mean just hands. It could mean arms. It could mean what's under your feet, so you're feeling what you're walking on. As far as what I picture in my head, it depends on what we're talking about. If you're making references to things that I've already seen, then I can picture those things. If there's something that I've actually never seen, then I create a visual image. And a visual image is not really based on reality. It's just an image that's created in order to maintain a concept of something.
So if you were gonna try to understand the face, how would you want like a verbal description, or would you want to touch it?
I've never actually focused on understanding people's faces. That's never been something that I've seek to understand. If I have never seen it, then I just never seen it. Most of my television shows that I watch are on the nerdy, geeky side. News, politics, history, psychology, stuff like that.
So what news channel do you prefer?
I watch both history channels. I watch Investigation Discovery, National Geographic, the news stations, CNN and MSNBC, all that kind of stuff. So
Do you feel like you have any smile lines? Do you know what smile lines are? Like in your face?
talking about little wrinkles on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. No, I got enough problems. Can't wait till you finally see me. Oh my goodness.
Get some photos myself first based on what he tells me.
All right, I'm gonna move this partition. Just.
Oh no, I'm gonna be exposed.
Okay, Dennis.
Don't lose your lunch.
No, it's not that far off, really.
Okay, so did I miss anything? Because I felt that I said everything that was there. So
Well, some things that aren't as weird as you described them, but let me see if there's anything that was inaccurate. No, you're medium complexion, African American. One eye is bigger than the other, and yeah.
can you? So how?
You know what you didn't give me is that you kind of have like thick eyelashes, which are nice also.
I wouldn't categorize. Well, I didn't.
Not your eyebrow.
Eyelashes?
Your eyebrows aren't thick. Your eyelashes, you have big eyelashes.
I wouldn't have thought of that as thick, but okay. Well, I know the description sounds probably uglier than it actually looks, because when you say things, oh yeah, I have moles and the eyes are a different shape, I know it gives people an image. So I can understand how the picture would not look, you know.
It gives an overall kind of likeness. I wish I would have gotten that shape of the head a little bit better. Then I think it would have been right on.